Good morning, everybody. This is Damon Bond of Bond Realty Group, LLC, licensed real estate broker in the state of Connecticut, licensed real estate salesperson in the state of New York. Hope everybody's doing well. Some nasty weather for the past couple of days. It's been raining, but I like the rain. It melted some of this nasty snow away, so I'm happy. The sun's clearing out. It was very mild today, so we're doing good over here in the Northeast in the New York metro area. Hope everybody's doing well today. If you have any questions, you can always email me at dbond011@gmail.com. That's dbond011@gmail.com. Or if you like it on Facebook, just like it, share it, share the wisdom, share the knowledge. So last time we were here, we were discussing why you should not list your own house. I'm not saying don't do it. Obviously, it's your house; you can do whatever you want. But why should you be encouraged to get a licensed real estate agent to list your home? So that's what we covered last time. So today we're going to talk about after you did all the preliminary work. So you know how much your house is worth. You did the appraisal. You know the ins and outs of it. You did an inspection rather, so you know what's wrong with it and what defects might come there. You had a chance to give it some curb appeal and spruce it up. You had a chance to declutter. Now, the next step is how to go about choosing a real estate agent and what you can expect after choosing a real estate agent. So, in terms of choosing a real estate agent is not that big of a thing, really. Chances are if someone owns a house or has bought or sold a house in recent years, whatever, they're gonna know somebody and they can easily do that for you. So that's something you want to take into consideration. So you can ask around, who'd you use? Did you like that person? Anybody you want to recommend? Maybe there's a real estate agent down the road from you, a real estate firm, so you can do that. So that's fine. Everybody has their areas of expertise. So depending, if your house is a short sale, we're going to talk about selling short sales in another video clip. That's something you can, certainly you can take that into consideration. But pretty much, a lot of real estate agents are knowledgeable people, and pretty much they kind of operate in similar ways. So usually what happens is this. So when your real estate agent comes, real estate broker, real estate agent comes for a listing appointment, basically they have an intention of listing your house, meaning that putting you under contract and, you become a client of theirs. That's their intention. That's what, I'm sure you're nice people, but they're not coming because you're nice. They're coming because they want to sell your house. They want to make money and help you sell your home in the most efficient way and to get you the most money you can for your home. So pretty much they'll come. Typically, a good real estate person will come with a camera. They'll take pictures of the property. They'll ask you to give a tour of the house, the inside, the outside, any quirks or defects. And so they'll take a look at the property and they'll take photographs of it. A good real estate person will take a minimum of at least 6 photographs of the property. And then after that, a good real estate agent will ask you questions like, how pressed are you to sell? Obviously you want to sell, but in other words, have you already looked at, do you have another house under contract with another agent, for example, if they're buying a house in another state? Do they have to locate, do they have to locate due to time constraints? So what's their story? Can they wait? Would they rather wait until, their daughter graduated from high school, let's say? So is there any type of confines in which that's going to inhibit them from selling the place? So a good real estate agent will ask that. And then a big question, of course, is what do you want for your house? That's a big question. Now, typically, a good agent will bring you 9 different sets of comps, 9 comps. You say that sounds like a lot. It really isn't. A good real estate agent is going to do what we call a comparative market analysis, where they're going to compare properties like yours within the immediate area. What is the immediate area? The immediate area, generally speaking, is between a half mile and a mile radius. That's the immediate area. So if you have a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bathroom colonial that, let's say, is 1,800 square feet, preferably they'll look for 3 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms that are roughly 1,800 square feet, give or take a couple of feet. So if they get a 1,500 square feet house, that's fine. If they get a 2,000 square feet house, that's fine. But you know what I'm saying, within reason. They're not going to get, let's say, necessarily 1,000, square foot bungalow. That's 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom. But they're going to get something within reason, what that could be, comparably measured. So they'll do that. And then they're going to compare comps that have sold between 6 months and a year. All right, so anything that sells within the last 6 months, sometimes properties sell slow in other areas, to a year. A year should be the max. So we're looking at maximum a mile radius, maximum a year that sold a year ago. All right, the sooner the better. So after that, they're going to bring you comparables from 3 recently sold comps. The more recent, the better. 3 comps that are pending or under deposit. That means that the house is either going to close any day now, they're just waiting for the paperwork, or they made an offer was accepted, so is under deposit currently, and they're going to bring you 3 active comps. All right? So it is important. It is important because even though you may have done an appraisal for your house, and let's say it says your house is worth $300,000, that does not necessarily mean people will pay $300,000 for your house. They may say, okay, this house is worth about $250,000. That's in their eyes. The public says it all. The buyer says it all. So they're gonna look for homes. So of all the houses in your area, right? Even though your house may be appraised at $300,000, but if the going comps, the average going comp, let's say, is $275,000, the $250,000 to $275,000, that's pretty much what you want to put your house in the market for, unless there is some unique characteristic with your house. Let's say your house has a heated in-ground pool in the backyard. Or let's say your house has a state-of-the-art movie theater or a chef gourmet kitchen or something like that. Something that is going to set it apart from the other houses. Then you could justify putting an extra $25,000, $50,000, price tag, mark it up. That's different. But if your house, like everybody other house, is not bad, it's not great, it's average, then you want to go what the comparables are. Also, you want to look and see what's on the deposit. All right? Are houses similar to your property? Are people stacking them up? And also, you want to look at the actives, because the actives will tell you how long that house has been in the market for. How many price drops have there been on the property? Okay? All these things will give you a good idea of how long your house has been, what you can expect. So if a house has been in the market for 400 days, and they didn't do any price reduction, that should tell you something. The house is priced too high. They need to do a price reduction. So these are some indicators. So once his agent has all this information, he or she will give their recommendations on how to price your house. Right? So that's the first thing. And the other thing comes how much commission will I have to pay? You only pay commission at the conclusion of the deal. So when the house sells, right, and everybody's at the attorney's office signing their life away, just kidding, it's a good thing, it's an investment you're making, that's when the commission checks will be cut. You're not going to even feel it because, let's say a $300,000 property, you're going to be paying out 6% commission, all right? That you don't even feel it. Your lawyer is going to do the writing for you. Your lawyer's going to write the check, is going to cut the check. So you won't even see it. So it's like you physically have to write it out. That's different. Your attorney will do that for you. I mean, it's still coming from your pocket, but your attorney will do that for you. There is no set commission rate in most places throughout the country, particularly in the New York and the New York metro area. Each brokerage determines their own listing commission, So there's no, set one. The brokers don't get together and say we're only going to charge as much. Some brokers will charge you 4% commission. Some will charge you 5%. Some will charge you 6%. Some charge you 7%. But keep in mind, though, all commission are negotiable. You can negotiate your commission. So when or why would you negotiate your commission? Well, let's say you're selling your house, and let's say for example, I'll use me an example. Let's say you have a house in Scarsdale, New York. You're selling it. I'm licensed in New York. And you plan to move to Greenwich, Connecticut. I'm licensed in Connecticut. So you can say, well, Damon, listen, being the fact that, you listing your house, right? We're hiring you. We would like you to be our buyer's agent as well. Great. So you may want to say, okay, well, usually, the broker charges 6%, but instead of doing 6%, I'm going to charge you 5%. Or being the fact that you let me sell your $1 million house here in New York, in Scarsdale, so you can buy a $2 million house, we'll do 4.5%. Yeah, I'll charge you 4.5% for this listing here. You can do that, that's fine, all right? There's nothing wrong with that, because you're going to make money from them the other side. And that just shows that you're willing to partner and, you're taking this consideration. So that's fine, you can do that. But commissions are negotiable. And like I said, you can nickel and dime them. Remember, though, your agent's working their tail off for you, so ideally it's like, yeah, they're going to work hard because they're going to do all the negotiation. They're going to, the paperwork and things like that. So just take that in consideration. So the next step after that is, of course, the forms. So you're going to fill out what's called a listing agreement with the real estate broker agent. And the listing agreement is basically an agreement between you and the agent on, basically what they're going to do for you and things like that. So you'll sign that. You're going to get a copy of that. And then you're going to sign other disclosures. You're going to sign what we call a property disclosure. A property disclosure basically is kind of like a report card, so to speak, on the state of your property. You fill that out, you sign it, and then depending on what municipality you're in, the agent may sign or may not sign. It depends. The purpose of this is because the buyer will get a copy of that when they make an offer. They'll get a copy of the property disclosure. Now, the property disclosure has to be truthful, but sometimes they may not be accurate. For example, you may not know if there's UFFI in the walls. Don't ask me what UFFI is. I'm not a contractor, but it's some type of installation. You may not know, so you just put, I don't know. That's being truthful. This is not to replace an inspection. So you as a buyer, I think I talked about this property disclosure before. You as a buyer have one, but you're going to get home inspection, so the buyers are going to inspect your property, so they'll be able to know this thing. Next, you'll be filling out lead paint disclosure. Lead paint, they take that thing very seriously, particularly here in Connecticut, as well as in New York State and New York City. If your property was built before 1978, rather, it was built before 1978, you're going to need to fill out property disclosure. The reason why 1978 is a cutoff point is because that's when they stopped using lead in paint. So you're going to have to fill out a property disclosure as well, sellers. And then next, you do what we call mold. Mold is, serious. Some people, mold is bad for you. Some people are more allergic to it than others, but it's not good. So you fill out a mold disclosure saying, either that there is mold in the house, either you did something about it or you didn't do something about it. If you did something about it, when was it done? Do you have reports? If it wasn't, or you don't know anything about mold whatsoever. So usually those are the forms. You get a copy of those, and your real estate agent broker will give the buyer agent a copy of that when an offer is made. So pretty much that's what it is. So I know it seems a bit overwhelming, but like I said, any good real estate broker will walk you through it. And also, I just want to say is that your properties, once you sign up with an agent, will be on the whatever local multiple listing service they use in that area. So your property will be on the MLS. Not only will it be on the MLS, the multiple listing service, it will be on Trulia, Realtor, what's the other one? Zillow. It will be on those websites as well. So these are some things you want to consider. We'll talk more about that in the next presentation. So remember, you have any questions, you can always email me at dbond011@gmail.com. If you like it, Facebook, like it, you can share it. So hope this was informative for you, and please keep your questions coming in. This is Damon Bond, a Bond Realty Group LLC, licensed real estate broker in the state of Connecticut, licensed real estate salesperson in the state of New York. Have a good day. Bye-bye. Enjoy.